Hey there, UltiZeta here, and welcome to a new Let's Play of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Curse is right. Haha, Kirby. We all love him. Little pink puffball extraordinaire. There are a lot of people out there who will say that Kirby has never had a bad game in his life. Every Kirby game is amazing and you should love them all. Guess what Kirby game I really can't stand? We're gonna have to watch the opening cutscene anyway, so... Moving on. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I'm not gonna get into it quite right away, because, I feel like I always do that. Where, like, I'll start a game and be like, hey, this is every single reason why I hate this game. And then, like, it just makes for a very awkward part one. So aside from just, like, acknowledging that I have not in the past liked this game and have ragged on it before. Aside from acknowledging that for right now, I kind of just want to, like, get into it and try to be more positive. Part of what I'm looking forward to with this Let's Play is actually genuinely giving the game another shot. And viewing it from, like, a place of no expectations. Because I feel like when I played this game originally, I had high expectations that were just not met. And that might have soured me on things that might have otherwise not been a big... I don't know. I'm just going to experience the game fresh and new, for me, is the point. And you guys probably will too, because, I mean, this is a game exclusively for the Wii U. It's probably not like most people played it. But as you can see from this file select, I sure certainly played it. That 100% file, man. Regardless of if I end up out of this Let's Play liking the game, I do not 100% this game. Never 100% this game. It is a nightmare. It is like Kirby and the Canvas Curse, which this game is a sequel to. It is a nightmare. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. It is not worth the time and effort. Trust me. But moving on, File 3. Let's get into it. Story mode. So, one of the things about this game is that it is a sequel to Kirby Canvas Curse for the Nintendo DS. If you don't remember that game, Kirby's a ball. He gets turned into a ball. This game is all claymation-y, and Kirby just decides to be a ball for this one. And Waddle Dee is here too. Going fishing. Just for the heck of it, because I don't know, that's what everybody does, you know? They eat those blippers. Except now there's a hole in the sky. A rainbow hole. Filled with rainbow magic that eats the rainbows away from everything else. This is the true horror of rainbow magic. Kamek never knew what he was doing. This also feels like it's like a Rainbow Bright story. This is how you defeat Kirby. Turn him into Kirby's Dream Land 1 and remove the pink. It's a very good thing that this paintbrush girl landed next to Kirby and not somebody like, I don't know, Marks or King Dedede. Kirby's good at fighting giant floating hands. And Waddle Dee's here too. Goodbye, grab hands. Oh no, Kirby! Your red apple is just a white apple now. Kirby will get the colors back. Just you watch. And now, instead of the powered paintbrush controlled by us, the stylus holder wielder user, now it's personified by Eline, who is Paintbrush Girl. Welcome to the rainbow of stuff. Welcome to level 1, Green Valley. So, I'm glad right now that most of this menuing is controlled by the touchscreen. Because this is still my Wii U gamepad that can't pause. So, I hope I never have to pause for any reason. The plus button does not work. I actually opened up the game to try to fix it. Open up the gamepad to try and fix it. Unscrewed everything. I accomplished absolutely nothing. I didn't break it any further, thankfully, but I did not fix a goddamn thing. I am remembering one annoyance that I have with the game, though. I know I said I was going to be positive, but it's kind of hard when my immediate instincts from Canvas Curse are failing me. You can't tap as many things in this game as you can in Canvas Curse. So, like, you can't tap enemies to freeze them. You can't tap blocks to, like, destroy them. Like, so I think it's things like that, like, little changes that aren't necessarily, like, deal breakers on their own. But, like, I think things like that just put me in a sour mood automatically when, like, getting into the game itself. And so, like, that's just, I don't know. That's the kind of thing that I'm, like, I want to, like, be, at the very least, more neutral on, as opposed to, like, oh my god, why did this game change from Canvas Curse? Even if I think the changes are for the worse, that's, I mean, you get used to it. I got used to it enough to 100% the damn game, so, like, yeah. Anyways, let's become big. Every 100 stars you get, you gain the power. It's not automatic, but you gain the power to become big by holding Kirby in place. And then go boom! You can angle him. So yeah. One of the ways you get 100% in this game, because there are actually... One of the reasons why I say, no matter what I feel about this game, don't 100% it. You can see the treasure chests, we've already been getting those. Those are kind of like the replacement of the Kirby medals from Kirby Canvas Curse. To no big surprise, you just get a bunch of them and they have little rewards in them. One of the other things, though, that's annoying about this game, in terms of 100%ing it, is every level has a ranking. Based on how many stars you collect in a stage. And that can be very annoying. And it's also worth being extra annoyed by the fact that sometimes, like, I don't know if it's true or not, but if, because of how the fact that, like, the game, when you beat a stage, and you collect the treasure chest that you've already collected before, it gives you stars instead. So stuff like that can, like... Up the thing. Stuff like that can... it can make it a little... it's easier to get the better rankings if you have completed a stage already. Basically asking you, in a sense, or encouraging at least the idea of, like, playing stages multiple times. And I always just find that stuff a little annoying. Anyways, you can't draw in gray. It's evil. And colorless. Yeah, it's Kirby. One of the other things is, because this game is completely controlled by the gamepad, I am looking at the gamepad right now. TV screen. I am not looking at in the slightest, which is a little weird about the game. Like, in terms of, like... Oh, the chain system. I forgot about the chain system. You get more stars if you collect stars in a row. Like, you get bonus extra stars, which is another thing about, like, collecting, getting the best ranks. Man, I'm just remembering, like, a lot of, like, the things that maybe go, like, oh my god. And I'm trying to be positive right now, but it's just kind of funny to me that I'm like, oh yeah, this was how this game works, isn't it? Hell, I remember replaying this stage, now I think about it. So that just kind of goes to show you that, like, the ranking system's no joke. Because, I mean, look at all this stuff that I'm just, like, kind of meandering around. Like, I could have exited this room, like, 3 times over by this point. But instead... I'm running around here, getting all this stuff. Alright, I missed stuff. Cannon over here, right? That's how you get through the green. The gray? Green? I guess I don't really need the 1-up, but... I don't know. I'm trying to play the game. Gaming is gamering. So it's stuff like this, it's like... This is part of why I, like... I'm not gonna be doing this for too long, is the thing. Like, I'm not going for 100% again. I will never do that again. But, like, I am gonna, like, just try and engage with the game on its own terms, and this is part of its own terms. It's like, you know, going through the game and exploring it. Oh my gosh, okay. Do I? I got Wii remotes here. Are any of them synced to the Wii U? I don't know. Let's find out. Doesn't even have any batteries in it. Or no working batteries. Okay, so, all I was gonna do here is show a decent, like, cheese strategy, I guess, for how this works. Because you'll see that this is basically a little ring of stuff. You see a 3-up, you see 50 stars. 50 stars is very useful if you're going for the good ranking. But you also see a book page thing. That's a secret diary entry. It's basically useless, except for getting 100% and having a little bit of extra lore. So it's not completely useless, but in terms of like game mechanics, it's mostly just a bonus collectible thing it doesn't give you a power-up or anything. It's just a little extra bit of fun lore. So useless is probably a rough term for it. I probably shouldn't call it useless, but like in terms of like if you're just playing the stages and not caring about anything else, you're not going to care about the book page. If you're going for 100%, or if you just want all the lore, and by lore I mean L-Line's thoughts on Kirby, because it's L-Line's diary, you're gonna want to bop that thing. Now here's the thing. Controlling Kirby can be a little wonky, considering that you're not really controlling him, you're controlling the stylus. So, it can be hard to get the exact thing you want, especially in other stages where this wheel is spinning at a completely different rate, either faster, larger jumps, etc., etc. So timing the wheel to bump into the bubble that has the diary entry, or the 3-up or the 50-up if you're going for those, it can be very difficult. That's where multiplayer comes in. Much like other multiplayer games for Nintendo, if you have other Wii remotes, you can pop in just mid-stage and bam bam bam, you're a Waddle Dee. Waddle Dees in this game don't play like Kirby. They're just regular old player characters because they're on Wii remotes looking at the TV screen as opposed to the gamepad. So they control like you would expect a platformer character to control. You can move around with left and right and jump. So what you can do with a Waddle Dee is just walk into the center of this little pedestal here, wait for the page to be underneath you, and jump right into it. No problems asked. That's not the right phrase, but my point is that if you want to get something very specific here... See, I was going for the 3-up, but it didn't move in time. So yes, it can... Even on the easier stage, like, it can be a little wonky. And I missed the treasure chest, too! This game, man. I'm not going for all the treasure chests. I'm not going for everything. I will go insane if I try to do that again. At the end of the Let's Play, I will just show my 100% save file with everything in it. And that will make me feel better. Oh. No. No. It's all coming back. But yes, so if you want to get stuff, it's good to have it's handy to have a Wii remote on call for that. Anyways, let's get into this. We've seen a lot of things now that have, like, giving me PTSD. I'm trying to maintain the smile on my face instead. So how about, let's talk about something much more unambiguously, like, positive about this game. Soundtrack is friggin' amazing. Kirby soundtracks typically are very good, but Rainbow Curse is, like, on a whole other level. This is Shogo Sakai's work. He is Mother 3, Kirby Mass Attack, a little bit of Kirby Air Ride. Probably other things that I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, he does amazing work. There might be other musicians, composers in this game too. I don't quite recall, but I'm pretty certain it's mostly Shogo Sakai. And it is amazing. Like, every stage has its own music to it. And that should not be understated how good it is. There's so many... There's also a bonus thing in this game. Because you've seen that, like, we got figurines earlier from the treasure chests. Those are basically, like, I think Smash Brothers trophies. So if you think Smash Brothers trophies, that's basically what the figurines are. There's the secret diary pages. There are things. There are various collectibles. One of the collectibles is just completely random, just for the sake of it. Remixes of Kirby songs from previous games. Just because they could. And it's very nice. And some of the remixes are awesome. Others, less so in my personal taste, but, like, it's still cool that they're here. Like, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse soundtrack is just, like, incredibly good. And should be loved and respected. Cleo. Not enough room to be big. Okay. I realize that I'm also not, like, talking a lot of super specifics about, like, how the game mechanics work. So, maybe I should, like, try and, like, remember some of the things that are, like, maybe not so immediately, like, obvious, but are, like, to me. So, like, you don't regain rainbow ink. You can see the meter. I had to look up at the TV to make sure that you could, in fact, see the meter, and it wasn't just a gamepad thing. Sorars! You can cancel out a rainbow line by drawing through it, like so. You don't regain meter until Kirby's on the ground. You tap Kirby to make him go faster. You have to tap him in order to kill an enemy. What else might not be so immediately obvious? You can no longer tap enemies to stun them. There's also no power-ups in this game. Like, Canvasker's had. There are replacements for it, but there's no, like, it's just no, like, traditional, like, Kirby abilities, is what I mean by that. There are some replacements, including, like, you know, Big Kirby, which we're about to see. We did it. Okay. I was gonna hit one of these eventually. Welcome to a 1-minute challenge stage, or 15 seconds. Welcome to the music of my nightmares. Basically, you have 15 seconds to get a chest. Now, you might think, oh, what was so bad about that? That was nothing. Number one, some of those in later game, much harder. Number two, remember when, like, I beat the last stage and it was like, challenge mode unlocked? Challenge mode consists of that. And, you know, that's fine. That seems pretty fitting for a challenge mode, you know? It's just like little mini bonus rooms to go through. That seems reasonable. I said it was the music of my nightmares. So, to elaborate, imagine gauntlets of those little mini challenge stages. Nothing? Okay. So imagine gauntlets of those mini challenge stages. And the same music plays throughout it. And never stops. And you have to listen to it over and over and over again for, like, 50 different challenge stages with individual gauntlets of, like, 4 or 5 rooms. So basically, I was listening to for, like, let's give it, like, say, I don't know, 2 hours straight for one evening while I tried to 100% the game. It was the music of my nightmares, and if you want the full experience, just, like, you know, like, those extended versions of songs that are, like, on YouTube, where it's like, play this song for, like, 30 minutes straight, or an hour straight. So, like, find one of those for, like, the Hurry Up, It's Bonus Time song for Kirby Rainbow Curse for, like, 2 hours, and then just play that song, and, like, don't stop it. You can't stop it. It never stops. So just listen to it on loop forever. And that's my life. That's your life when trying to 100% Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Another good reason not to do it. Unless you're really dedicated. Anyways. Here's another thing that might not be immediately obvious. Because of the rainbow trails, Kirby will move along them a little, like, a little randomly. Also, didn't really mention it, and I think that's the only time that song ever plays. But that music in that like little pachinko minigame thing, where I also missed out on a super bonus like 100-star thing, which means I'm probably not going to get a gold ranking on this level. That was the Kirby's Dream Land 2 title screen, a remix of that of all things. So that's neat. All right. So, that's how it can be. That's a version of that where that's a lot easier because there's a little green gate thing that stops you. Oh hey, I did get a gold. I'm pretty certain gold is the highest. I don't think there's a platinum medal for these. We found a secret diary! I'll say I probably don't need to go for those since... oh hey, here's the music. We got some music. So you can tell what game it's from based on like the little icon. The rainbow, I believe the rainbow is just Rainbow Curse. I think that's a Rainbow Curse remix in Rainbow Curse. But the other one is Kirby Superstar Ultra. Or maybe just Kirby Superstar regularly? I don't know. It's one of the two. So they got little neat things. How long has it been? 28 minutes-ish? Here's the thing about this game. Every world is split up into 3 levels and 1 boss fight, so we're halfway through, technically. But the boss fights aren't really that long. So I'm wondering how this should go in terms of, like, level episode formatting? I don't know. Anyways, we went up to the sky and now we fall all the way back down into Great Cave. We use our rainbow lines to block the water and dodge some spiky little nests. Nobody understands that reference except me because I have really weirdly good long-term memory, and apparently my short-term memory has been going. As evidenced by every other Let's Play I've been doing for the past, like, year and a half. And probably longer. Whenever I bring that up, because I brought it up before, where I'm like, oh, spiky little nests or whatever. It's a random reference to this one thing I'd said in Kirby's Dream Land 3 back in, when did I record that? Let's go, 2014? Where I was, like, talking about Gordos, introducing them, because, like, that was during the time when I was, like, being very, like, uber informative about Kirby games, because, like, that was just, like, the vibe I had with Kirby games at the time, of, like, trying to be as, like, detailed about every aspect as I could, drawing all the character art and all that jazz. You remember those days. Maybe. I don't know. Probably don't, because it was a long time ago. But when I was doing that for the Gordos, I was like, this is a Gordo. It lives in like a spiky little nest. And my brain just like short-circuited. And I was just like, what? Why the hell did I say that? Huh? That doesn't make any sense. And to this day, I still don't really know exactly what I was trying to say. I mean, obviously Gordos have spikes. But like, it's still just very weird to say. And like many random one-off things that I've said in the past, it stuck with me. Mostly because I found the line while doing one of those video montage things, like, you know, like I just had one for like hitting 3,000 videos, or at least I just had one on my end because it's April. Recording this. When I do those things... Oh. Hold on. So this is an enemy gauntlet one. Do 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 do. And that's the loop of the song. It's 15 seconds long. Listen to that for 3 hours and you'll know how I feel. What was I saying? Yes, right. I was talking about me remembering weird, random things. And part of that is because sometimes when I'm, like, doing, like, a montage thing, or a clip show thing, or anything, like, I'll, like, hear a line said by me, and I'm like, oh, that was, like, a neat little line. I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life now. For instance, there's another version of that, that came from Mega Man Project, for me. One of those Let's Plays. In this random point of... There's this line that I like to say when I'm, like, just, like, completely mindlessly, like, just, like, not entirely sure what's going on. I just need something to say. Or like, I'm just, like, I'm trying to say something and, like, my brain just isn't working. And, like, just come up with gibberish instead. Please get a paint. Thank you. And then, so, like, something I'll tend to say is, I'll say, like, that's blah 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 blah, words, English, grammar, dead. Like, I'll say that. I started saying that. And that came from this random point in, Mega Man Project 2, against the big giant room boss fight in Mega Man 4 in Cossack Citadel, where I'm beating it up and I'm failing at speaking, and so I say words, grammar, English, dead in a different order, but whatever. And it was completely nothing. It was absolutely nothing. I just said it once and that was that. And then, like, 2 years later, in 2015, when I was doing Mega Man Project 4, and I finished it, and I was like, this is the last Mega Man project, because, like, this was the last Mega Man game. And it wasn't the last Mega Man game, but it was the last one at the time, because it was Mega Man 10, and whatnot, Mega Man 9 and 10. So at the end, I found, like, this official Capcom remix of, like, all the stage select themes of Mega Man, I was going for the fit. See? That's why you want a Waddle-Dee! So, like, I had this thing of... Oh, there's a Math Attack remix. Of, like, this montage of, like, going back through every Mega Man game from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to the medley of that stage select of Capcom remix. No. And, well, so I was going through all my playthroughs of old Mega Man games, and I found that clip of words, English, grammar, dead, and I was like, huh, this random quote I said, like, 3 years ago, it kind of stuck with me. And ever since then, it's just stuck with me. So now, because of that, I will say words, English, grammar, dead sometimes when my brain just short-circuits and I say gibberish. It's just a thing I do. And I don't know, like, sometimes my brain just works like that. It's weird, and it is what it is. And let's go fight Wispy Woods, because it's a Kirby game, and usually, when we fight a tree, it's Wispy Woods. Oh yes, the boss music. Kirby bosses have great music. Oh, that smirk. Do 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 do. Oh, one thing I only just now remembered. Your, like, star ranking for, like, getting, like, the super big version attack, Big Kirby, that persists between levels. I remember that now. Part of the gist of the game and boss fights is that you do extra damage if you have a big power-up. So it can be a little bit of a strategy to end the previous stage with like 99 stars or something. Or I guess usually the bosses have the stars in increments of 10, so like probably anywhere between 90 and 100 would be useful. So, I guess that's a bit of a strategy. Anyways, that's all of World 1 done. There are 7 worlds in this game, because there are 7 colors in this game. And only this game. Obviously. Have you ever seen a rainbow in real life? I don't think so. You know, I did rag on it a little bit, but I can't deny I did have a little bit of more positive experience. Just kind of like playing. There's no expectations, just playing the game. So, I do think knowing what to expect and also having the experience of before really does kind of help the attitude. So let's try and maintain that going forward. Even if I'm gonna bring up gripes, let's have a smile on my face. How about that? So, with that in mind, I'll see you guys next time for the next episode. I'm not ending this Let's Play. Why did my brain decide to, like, mentally, like, act like I was? No. Next time on Let's Play Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, we're gonna go to Yellow Dunes. I'm trying to think of anything else to say, and I have nothing to follow that up with. So I'll see you guys next episode.